worried about my prediction in 22 today. I really don't think it's got the legs to get there. So, well, maybe the weatherman will win eventually. Got to give him one at least. It's Tuesday, May the 2nd. You're right here at Galaxy. And, well, let me do this.
Galaxy 107fm.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and such a pleasure to have you joining us today. It really, really is. If you're a first time viewer on this Facebooky thing here that we do, doing the interviews and stuff, well then why not do this? Sub, thumb, bell. Yeah, bell notifications when we have important people, much like our very, very good friend Paul Jupe coming out of the UK, out of Portsmouth in fact, is joining us today, and believe me, fascinating, absolutely fascinating. Subscribe, why not come part of the family? Yeah, we call it the noise here at Galaxy simply because it is growing exponentially every day, and it's such a pleasure to have new faces joining us on a daily basis. It really is. Go on, subscribe on the YouTube thing and all that sort of stuff as well. Thumb, well, you know what to do with that. Get epileptic. Yeah, go on, just, yeah, do it, double, triple dare you. You know, I'm absolutely elated because our very, very good friend out of Portsmouth in the UK, Paul Jupe, is in the house now. Believe me, you know who it is, you keep requesting it. Here's Late Night, right here at Galaxy. That gives us a couple of minutes, my friend. Great. So, you didn't need a psychiatrist for the last interview we did?
Well, I had a few sessions, but they said it was no hope, so
yeah,
carried on.
Hey, look, my life's goal was actually to have a psychiatric disease or condition named after me. Yeah, why not? Yeah, suffering from DJ Grant, I get it. I get it. Dear. Oh dear. Oh, Shiva Johnson is joining us, Marie Shea is joining us, and Nick Blues also. There you go. Heartland Roots Band in the house. Donnie Coulter's in there as well. Tony Black is watching. Hey, Paul. See, an Irishman came staggering out of a pub the other night and went down a dark alleyway, met up with a prostitute, and he says to her, you know, how much? She goes, £50. He goes, all right, so they hopped in the back of the car and they're getting it on, and a policeman comes along, the local guardia, and shines a light in and goes, what are you doing? What's going on in here? And the guy says, having sex with my wife. And he goes, oh, sorry, sir, I didn't know it was your wife. He goes, neither did I until you turned the light on.
That's like it.
Dear, oh dear. Hello, Tim. Nice to have the mighty one in the house as well. Love you guys. We really, really do. Coming out of Vancouver in Canada. We love the mighty one.
Hi, Nick. Good to see you again after last night. Great gig.
Yes, Nick. Paul tells me that he gave you a poke in the eye. You didn't mention that to me. Ah, gosh, I'm staring now. E. Wolfgang de Brett, coming out of Raglan, is E. Wolfgang de Brett, and we have very, very much to say thank you very much for joining us. It really is a pleasure to have you, my friend. Would like to catch up with you at some stage. Got some ideas I'd like to toss by you, and maybe we can collab on something with Barbara and everything. You never know.
Chris Andreas.
Chris Andreas is watching as well. Heidi Tan, believe me, we love Heidi Tan here at Galaxy. We really, really do. So want to do this interview. Really do. Barbara's onto it. She really is. Paul, how's the weather over in Portsmouth?
It's not been, well, to be honest with you, it's been on and off really. There's a lot of, April's been particularly wet. You know, there's been a lot of rainy days. But as for today, it was quite sunny in the afternoon. It seems to pick up in the UK about 4 o'clock, and then we have a bit of sunshine for a couple of hours, and then it's dark and it goes cold, and then that that's about it, really. But the mornings, especially where I live, it's got its own little weather system, really. It's quite foggy and cloudy most of the time, to be honest with you.
Yeah, believe me, now that's more the Portsmouth that I remember.
Yeah.
It really is. Sunshine in Portsmouth? Unheard of. It really is. Let's go live to the desk, my friend.
Brendan.
You know, I think he's a glutton for punishment, to be very honest with you. Paul Jupe is joining us, coming out of Portsmouth in the UK, and we opened up the show, of course, with Late Night. Was that at JoJo Jim's?
Yes, yeah. JoJo Jim's, yeah. What a great place it was to play.
Absolutely, and believe me, I'm on to it. I know what to ask and what not to ask, to be honest with you. But got to be honest, you'll read it when you get the video anyway. Nick mentioned JoJo Jim, so bit of under the table investigation there. Late Night. Let's refresh everybody's memory, because believe me, this is your most requested track to date. Tell us about the lyrics in this, my friend.
It's really about sort of just kind of, you know, falling in love and just wanting to escape the world for a while and just be together, and that's it in a nutshell, really. And just taking time out and being away from everything, but just you two alone and spending time together.
Yeah, and then a policeman comes along and shines a light in the window, right?
And then you're in big trouble.
Yeah, exactly. That's funny. That really is funny, my friend. Now, let's refresh everybody's memory. How do we get hold of you as a fan? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? Are you a talker? But more importantly, my friend, do you respond?
Yes, I do. To messages and things. Leave messages on the videos and things. I'm on all the above under Paul Jupe Music on TikTok, Spotify, all of the the digital download sites, all the social media sites. You can find me, or I've got a group on Facebook called Country Rocker Paul Jupe. So please come along and say hi. I'd love to hear from you. It'd be fantastic.
It's nice that you've got a group on Facebook. I got a group, and they usually represent me in court. That's the only place I manage to congregate people sometimes. Frank Blair is watching as well. Nice to have you on board, Frank. It really, really is. I'm sorry, but that joke, I think, really was meant to be. Good segue.
Nice one. Nice link in.
Very good segue. Tell me about Meant to Be, because believe me, we're breaking it to the world right now. We have played it, dipping the toe in the water kind of deal. I haven't said anything to anybody a couple of times. And then, I had my receptionist come to me one morning and go, "What the heck have you done?" I went, "Why?" She goes, "Because everybody wants to know about this song Meant to Be."
Amazing. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you to you guys as well. Really appreciate it.
Well, we started adding your name to it now, and people have started to associate it. We are playing it in the breakfast show. I got to be honest with you, it's getting a little bit of momentum right now. So I think this is the right time to explain it. What was Meant to Be?
Meant to Be is slightly different for some of the songs I do. I mean, obviously a lot of the songs are like Late Night by the River. They're quite rocky with the country feel. This one is still got a bit, the hint of the country feel, but it's a lot softer than I normally do. And I must admit, this was one of those songs that came to me in 5 minutes, and it was just I was actually rehearsing another song, and this one just came out of the blue, and I went with it because it felt so good to sort of play it, and it was all kind of raging around in my head for for a while. So I went straight out and recorded it, and got it down while it was fresh in my head. So it's about being in a relationship that's failed, or having been in a relationship that's failed. But one of the people think that it's still worth saving, and that if they gave it a second chance, it's kind of a heartfelt plea, really, to say, give it a second chance. I think it will work this time. I think we can do it. And that's it. That's what it's about, really.
I get it. I really, really do. And got to be honest with you, I speak to bands all the time, and a lot of them say to me, Grant, I wrote it down on a McDonald's napkin or something. It took me 5 minutes to put together. These songs, literally, I find, actually have the longevity. They have that stay power more than the ones, you anguish for months, years, and, decades over a particular track, a lyric, something, just stuck on it. But these 5 minute ones, boom, people seem to, for whatever reason, connect with it.
It's hard to explain because, as an artist, like you say, you can spend a lot of time on a song, and to you, it'll be the best thing you've ever done, but you spend this time on it, and only thing I can kind of think is that if it comes naturally like that, hopefully it's got that natural flow about it, and that's what people pick up on. But it was just one of those songs that, as I say, was all done and dusted in 5 minutes, and all but the kind of recording, really. So I just came straight in, laid the basic track down so I didn't forget it, and then came back at a later date and just added all my extra bits and things that I needed to do.
Well, I'm absolutely loving that. I really am. Got to let you know, I did an interview with a band last week, and somewhere along the lines, I mentioned something to somebody, and before you know it, at the end of the interview, he says, I've just written the first lyrics to this track.
Yeah.
That's been inspired to you. Here at Galaxy, very, very proud, very, very happy to have our good friend from Portsmouth in the UK back again. It's Paul Jupe joining us live, and his brand new song, Around the World Right Now, is Meant to Be. It's hot in here.
It's getting cold in here. I've got a little heater going on here, but it's not working at the moment.
You're like me. You're like me. If it goes below 10 degrees, there's definitely a heater involved.
Yes, 100%. And I the funny thing is I'm outside most of the time during all the winter and things, but it seems like I'm feeling them cold more and more each year for some reason.
Strange that, believe me. When I get old, I'm going to be prepared for this.
Yeah, I'm going to end up with about 50 coats on, I think.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Look, Barbara bought one of my dogs a bloody blanket to keep her warm at night, because the dog just recently, she's been, she's old for a start, you know what I mean? She's arthritic and all that sort of stuff. Right. Starting to lose a bit of hair now, if you know what I mean. So Barbara bought her a blanket.
Oh, bless.
She's a good girl.
She looks after my girls, she does.
Yeah, got to be done.
It's from
sure.
Barbie.
Pamela Tosa Harbottle is watching, and Samantha Sheldon as well. Jonah is watching as well. Nice to have you on board, Jonah. Yes. Believe me, today, absolutely fantastic. We're talking to Paul Jupe, and I don't know whether he's addicted to us or whether he really does need a psychiatrist, but he's back again. It's nice to have him back, it really is. Maybe he's addicted to my silly jokes.
I think
Paul, have you ever sat and just wondered, logically, what if?
I need my fringe cut.
What if?
Yeah.
What if?
Yeah, no, but, I mean, like, for instance, we know that you can measure light speed, right?
Yeah.
So what's the speed of darkness?
Well, that's true, isn't it? Hey. I don't suppose it's too dark to see, I suppose.
Yeah. So, okay, now let's picture this. You've got your old Austin A40 floating through space at light speed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would the lights still work?
Yeah, well, you never know. I mean, we got opens up a new ball game. I mean, was it a new battery when it left? Was it the original battery? You know, there's lots of things to consider.
Hey, look, I asked one guy the other day, you've got an electric train going north to south at 100 miles an hour. The wind is blowing south to north at 110 miles an hour, right?
Yeah.
Which way is the smoke blowing?
I have no idea.
Well, it's an electric train, bro.
Oh. Da, 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 da.
Let's go back to the desk.
Drum roll.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Don Carlos Passmore Jr. is joining us. Hello, Don. Nice to have you back again. It really, really is a pleasure to have you, my friend. It really is. Looking forward to new work from you in the near future as well. Today we're joined by Paul Jupe coming out of Portsmouth in the UK. And, well, I think he's sick of my jokes by now. I'm sure of it, aren't you?
Never.
Well, I used to be a stand-up comedian. Now I sit down and do it. Apparently, somebody once, very, very wise, a very well-known New Zealand comedian said to me once, Grant, it's how you deliver it. It's not what you say, it's how you deliver it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It took a long time to get my dogs to laugh at me. Yeah, poor things. I had to practice on them first, you know what I mean? Now they both just sit there and grin at you. It's like, I'm so pleased you're finding this humorous because otherwise I'd be worried.
Yeah, well, you know, unless they haven't, unless they have got little earmuffs they've been putting on or something like that, they've managed to get through it.
I had those years ago. I really did. Paul, unfortunately, this brings us to the end of our interview right now, but I'm just wondering, have you got anything new coming up in the near future?
Yeah, well, I've you know, towards the end of May, I'm getting back out and playing again. I'm playing around in just sort of the South Coast area. I'm lucky enough to get onto the British Country Music Festival in Newark in August. July, I should say, early July. And I'm really excited about that. So, you know, it's going to be a great festival. So that's a great opportunity. And other than that, I'm just writing constantly at the moment. Songs are coming to me. I've got old songs that I've got stored. So I'm just desperately trying to get the time to spend more time in this little room here and get them down and get them out there, which is the main aim.
Yeah, well, you know, you can find inspiration almost everywhere. It's just a matter of how you look at it and how it's addressed. Believe me.
Yeah.
So looking forward to having some new stuff from you in the near future. Really, really
So
much.
much.
And would love to have you back again.
I'd love to come back, guys, and I've got to say a big thank you for having me back on again. It's an absolute pleasure. You know, I love chatting to you guys, and hopefully the listeners like to have me, you know, listen along to me being on here. And thanks to you guys and everybody for the support. I really appreciate it.
Well, believe me, we love your work. We love your music. We really do. And we'd love to be able to follow your career as well. Nice to know you got gigs coming up in the near future, new music coming in the future as well. It is an absolute pleasure to go all the way over to Portsmouth and catch up with our good friend Paul Jupe here at Galaxy. In the meantime, let's go out. Here's a little Bucks Fizz for you.